girl, all Indian and Balin, and I am the Fitter Woman. So fam, thank you for joining my friend Kathy and I in creating those beautiful beads of love and intention. Tonight, you took time to connect to yourself, to connect with colors that made you feel good. If you remember, my social media posts this week on IG were all about colors and the psychology of color and how different colors inspire different feelings and emotions. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to show you how different colors in food can generate those same emotions. Just like you found those beautiful beads of red, orange, and yellows, you can find those same colors in nature, and they're so good for you too. Unfortunately, eating healthy got a bad rap somehow. I don't know how, but somehow eating healthy is equivalent to chewing on those bamboo plants that I have back there. And the reality is, it's so far from the truth. You can cook well, you can cook healthy, you can cook quick, and you can cook good food. I'm gonna tell you right now, the meal that we're about to prepare tonight cost me $15. That's it, $15. So stick around and I'm gonna show you how you can cook with color and with a little love. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sweet potatoes, we're gonna peel them and slice them into like a 1/2-inch slice. That's it, doesn't have to get fancy. You don't have to take every single solitary piece of skin off of it unless you really want to. I like saving time, and the little skin is not gonna hurt you. Just make sure you clean your sweet potatoes nice with a brush. If it's organic, that's even better, but if it's conventional, that's okay. Just make sure you brush and clean your sweet potatoes before you slice and dice them. All right, so now potatoes are sliced. Next up is I'm going to actually layer them in a casserole. So I have a casserole dish. I'm going to layer the potatoes just like this. And what I'm going to do is brush each layer with avocado oil. Now, if you don't have avocado oil, you can always brush it with coconut oil. I just happen to have some avocado oil. Why? Both avocado oil and coconut oil have a very high heating point, so they don't burn very quickly, and actually really good fat for you. So avocado oil, you can get it from like BJ's, Costco, any of those places. But what I do is after I finish putting down one layer and brushing it with avocado oil, I'm going to take my cinnamon, sprinkle cinnamon, okay? And then I'm gonna sprinkle some nutmeg. I've even sprinkled ginger powder on there, right? And thrown in a couple of cranberries. Notice, I'm not adding any sugar. This is not your candied yams. This is just sweet potatoes. As it's baking, it's already gonna become sweet. So now you just added some cinnamon and nutmeg. In the fall, I like to add pears. I'll add sliced apples, and it tastes wonderful. So I'm telling you fam, all you gotta do is cook with some color, cook with some love, keep it simple, and it's delicious. And here you have your sweet potato casserole. I'm gonna just throw it in the oven and let it cook for about 30 minutes. The fact that it's in slices makes it cook even faster. You cover it with aluminum foil, or this casserole dish already has a cover. I'll just cover it and stick it in the oven, done. Okay, so now that I have the sweet potatoes baking in the oven, I'm gonna cook a nice vegetable saute. Super quick, super easy. It'll be done probably before the baked potatoes, my sweet potatoes are done. So what am I featuring? I have some greens, right? Some greens here. And then I have a small head of cabbage that I cut up. Have you come a little closer? Some sliced onions and some sweet peppers. And they're just different colors. That's it. So these, I'm gonna chop them up. Chop up the onions and chop up the peppers. Now, to save time, you can find these items already cut. They're a little bit more expensive than buying them whole. But if you are really pressed for time and you want to eat well, go for it. I think your time is worth it. So, peppers all cut up, my red cabbage is all cut up, my kale greens are ready to go. All I have to do is heat up the oil in my pan. So I have a big restaurant-sized pan so I can cook my veggie sautés with no problem. So in here, I have some coconut oil because I have coconut oil. You can add a little bit more. Again, it's a great oil to cook with. It has a high heating point. So again, I have got my baked potatoes going because it's the longest cooking item. So I'm gonna have that going. My saute is only gonna take me but a moment. And all you need for your saute is whatever seasoning you want. I got pink Himalayan salt. I have some sazon without the sodium. So just any kind of oil seasoning. I find salt and pepper just does the trick, but sometimes I love garlic. So I like slicing up some garlic, I have my onions going. So I'm gonna throw the onions in the pan first, and then I'm gonna throw in my cabbage, my peppers, and then I'm gonna put my greens right on top and let the heat. All right, so now as you can see, I put in under here, I have my purple cabbage, my beautiful red and yellow and orange peppers, and now on it I toss my kale. Okay, now I'm going to gently toss it in there, but kale is a very hardy leaf. You don't have to be that gentle with it. And you hear the sizzling here. All I did was add some pink Himalayan salt, seasoning of my preference. I don't like to laden and put a lot of stuff on my food just because I like to taste the vegetables. So if there's starting to be too many things in there that I can't taste my fruits and vegetables, I'm not eating it. So now what I'm gonna do so that I don't overcook it, because what I usually do is I cook the food until it becomes bright. Once the colors are bright, I turn that heat down, because if not, all the nutrients are gonna get cooked out of it. Your vegetables should not turn gray. Okay, so I'm starting to see the kale start to turn a little green. Kale takes a while to cook, so where I don't want my other veggies to overcook. Oh, one of my veggies jumped the pot. Oh well, too bad. Now look at this. How can this be boring? This cannot possibly be dull. I'm not chewing on a bamboo tree, although I'm very proud of that bamboo. That's IKEA bamboo back there. I'm super proud of that thing. I was like, it found a home and it loved it. I haven't moved it from there. Eating and cooking healthy foods doesn't have to be this big chore. Now look how bright that looks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the heat down super low. Like honestly, I'm probably gonna just turn it off. And then I'm gonna cover it. And I'm gonna let it sit in its own heat. And I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I don't want it to overcook. That's it. I don't want it to wilt and be, you know, I want my colors to be vibrant. And that's how I know. My food is cooked, my vegetables are done, they're nice and bright and vibrant. Can't wait for you to see the finished product.